Okay, I have a question for men. Why don't you guys approach us in public?
Ah, boy, here we go.
What happened to men being the pursuers? Y'all don't chase anymore.
Question, do y'all boys actually ask someone to be your girlfriend anymore? Like, you don't even have to buy anything. I don't think y'all realize how easy it is to make us happy. Men.
Bitch, you gon' step on my fucking toe, bitch, with them fucking cowgirl fucking boots, bitch, disgusting. Exhibit B.
This place is great, you know? It's whimsical and fun.
What are you looking at, motherfucker?
In response to not getting the attention I deserve, I've decided I will cause problems on purpose.
So I asked him to buy me a $60,000 necklace, obviously, and he was like, "You don't even have shoulders. How you gonna wear a necklace?" And I was like, "What? Have you ever seen a necklace? It's not a jacket. It's for a neck. And guess what? I have one, dummy." And then I dumped him. I'm sorry.
I was in rehab at like 15. I feel like this is not my biggest issue.
Exhibit C.
Ew, don't bring up that don't get me fucking started.
If she likes being choked. If she wears sunglasses in a club. If she's 5'3" or 5'5". If she listens to Summer Walker or Future. If she currently has 5 or more unread DMs. If she supports Arsenal or Chelsea. If she's ever made a private story just for the person she likes.
I made a decision. Case closed.
I am actually starting to take offense. A guy came up to me yesterday and he was my height. He was not attractive. And when he told me what he did for work, I was just kind of there like, what am I supposed to do with this package that I'm seeing right in front of me? Immediately he asked for my number and I was like, to do what? Like, what do you want to do with my number? And he was like, so I can, contact you. And I was like, to say what? When you saw me, you decided that we could one day go together real bad. And I am offended by that. I put in time, energy, and a lot of money to look like this. Now you want to come offering me nothing so that I can continue to maintain myself and then you get to reap all the benefits for free? Patriarchy is a scary thing, man. It's a scary thing, bro. I think men should start approaching women like they do if you're giving a 2-minute elevator pitch to an investor. 7 guys came up to me yesterday. You had 2 minutes to explain to me why you should get my number. Because he came up to me once and I said no. And I told him to circle back when he has, an explanation or reasoning for why he should have my number. So then he came back 30 minutes later and then he was like, okay, well, I have reasons. I said, okay, cool. What is the reason? He was like, I like long walks on the beach. I walked away. I'm truly offended.
Oh, this one really got to me. I can't believe she even had the audacity to post this video. And this is why, folks, most women in the West will end up alone. They refuse to build anything with the average guy because they think they're above it.
Exactly. They all think they're better than most men. It's like, sweetheart, just because you're getting flown out and passed around by the players doesn't mean you're in their league.
Right. She actually thinks she's on the same level as these high-value men she's sleeping with. Newsflash, you're not the prize. You're the discount version, the buy one plane ticket, get her for free kind of deal.
Yeah, like, congratulations, you just downgraded yourself from relationship material to a glorified vacation fling. She's out here acting like she's girlfriend material when in reality, she was the low-budget escort.
For real. These guys didn't even have to pay by the hour, just the plane ticket and hotel room. Talk about a bargain.
And this is why so many men are saying no to marriage, cohabitation, and long-term commitment. They're done playing these games with women who think they're entitled to everything but offer nothing in return.
Yup, they're checking out of the system. No commitment, no long-term headaches. Why bother when this is the attitude most modern women have?
Yeah, and this whole I deserve a high-value man delusion is going to leave them alone, bitter and wondering why no one's sticking around.
Because guess what? Being the discount escort isn't a long-term strategy for happiness, darling.
Surprising my boyfriend with a new car I bought.
What the fuck is this? What? You don't like it?
Is this a rental?
No! I just got it. Remember I said I was shopping?
Say you swear.
Remember you said to go shopping?
You lying.
You said
you
to
bought
get
this
something
shit?
we both like, yeah? Well, no. I mean, kinda.
How did you afford this?
Yeah, that's what I mean by kinda. Here.
Fuck you mean kinda?
That's what I mean, kinda.
How did you get my credit card?
You gave it to me to go shopping, remember?
I did not give it to you.
Yes, you did. You remember you said here. You were on the game. You're like, here, yeah, whatever. Get something we both like. So,
Listen,
instead of getting
I'm gonna
clothes.
ask you right now, did you buy this shit on my credit card?
Yes. You had a better credit score than mine. Shut the door. What the hell are you doing?
Wait, you're not gonna tell me what to do on my fucking car. This is my shit.
No.
On my credit, this is my car.
But mine
Are you
is on it.
crazy? Are you dumb? Get out the driver's seat. Get out my driver's seat. Get out.
What the hell?
Get out.
Why?
Get out of my car.
You want to test drive it?
Yeah, I'm gonna test drive it, all right. Right back to the fucking dealership.
What?
Are you fucking crazy? You're nuts. You're nuts. You're nuts. Okay. I like that.
Here we go again, Mark. It's always a catch with modern women. Like anytime they do something nice for you, you know there's a price tag attached to it.
Oh yeah, because God forbid they do something out of genuine care. Nope, it's always what's in it for me.
Exactly. She'll cook you dinner one time, and suddenly you owe her a 5-star vacation to the Bahamas. Like, please. What happened to just doing something kind because you actually want to?
Nah, man, that's old school. Now, every gesture comes with strings attached. You gotta pay back in some grand, over-the-top way, or she'll act like you're ungrateful.
Right, because God forbid you don't shower her with praise for doing the bare minimum. It's like they expect a parade for heating up a frozen lasagna.
Yeah, and let's not forget the guilt trip if you don't reciprocate in the way they expect. They'll hit you with that classic, I do all this for you, and what do I get in return?
Yeah, it's true. In my experience, most alternative men don't want to date alternative women. They want to date very normal looking women who come from good families and have a good job and make enough money to help support them. Most of the alternative men I know, realistically, they're out there sugaring, but they don't want to call it sugaring because they're in denial. They're in denial. They're sugaring. And I get it. For the women, at first, it's kind of fun. It's kind of exciting. Look at this skateboarder with tattoos who listens to music you've never heard of and sleeps on the ground in the living room of an apartment he shares with 6 other dudes. Is interested in you. Oh, that's so fun. That's so different from your normal life where, you know, you have like a 1-bedroom apartment you rent and work in an office and your life is totally put together. I get how that could be exciting. But I feel for these women, I really do, because lots of times they don't know that a year from now, they're going to find themselves loaning their shitty alternative boyfriend, you know, money so his DIY band can make it home from Arizona where they're on the last leg of their tour and ran out of cash. And, you know, obviously the boyfriend doesn't have a job because it conflicts with his art, which I'm sure you understand, babe. Which is why you also need to Venmo him $5 so he can get a burrito from Taco Bell. And when he gets home, he'll repay you by telling you he had sex with 16 other people on tour, even though you agreed to a monogamous relationship. And when he meets your parents, he will utterly ignore your mom and dad and make a 5% inappropriate comment about how good your younger sister looks. I feel so much solidarity with the normal looking women who end up with the worst of our alternative men. I feel bad, you know? Because they don't know what they're getting into. We've had decades of going to shows with these guys. We know what to expect. The normal looking women, though, they're too wholesome and pure for this. They don't deserve this. And I'll tell you, the normal looking chicks are not getting the best of our men. They're getting the worst. We gotta do something about that as a community, I think. We need to collect our stick and poke bros, lest they ruin some sweet girl named Megan's life.
So she's out here talking about those so-called chads who play in some struggling band, right? You know, the ones with zero chance of making it big but still getting all the attention from these groupie types.
Yeah, man, she's trying to make it sound like these guys are some kind of prize. Meanwhile, these women are clinging to this fantasy, living off the fumes of a rock star dream that's never gonna happen.
Right. These 304s are out here, investing in a dude with a 1% chance of success, all because they think they're gonna end up with a lifetime of vacations and backstage passes.
Oh, he's got groupies. So that must mean he's special. Nah, girl. It just means he's another guy chasing a pipe dream, and you're here for the ride hoping he hits the jackpot.
And the kicker? She's wondering why those guys would rather be with plain Janes than with these alternative chicks. I'll tell you why most men prefer women who look pure, not like they've been through the ringer.
Facts. These alternative girls with their tattoos and piercings scream daddy issues. It's like they're wearing their trauma on their skin, thinking it makes them deep or edgy.
Yeah, because nothing says stable partner like someone who's turned their body into a diary of bad decisions. And that's why most guys, especially the so-called Chads, end up with the plain Janes. They don't have time for a woman who looks like she's been road tested and used up.
But hey, they'll never figure it out. And by the time they do, it's too late. Road worn and used up. Not exactly a winning formula.
I cheated on my husband of 14 years and lost him forever. This is long, but it's something I need to get off my chest. My husband, 36 male, and I, 36 female, have been together for 16 years and married for 14. We have 2 daughters who are 13 and 12. About 3 months ago, I cheated on him with my coworker once, and I immediately regretted it. To be honest, I still haven't figured out the real reason why I cheated. On the surface, the reason would be that my husband was too caught up with work for a couple of months, and I felt neglected and unappreciated at times. I know that this isn't the real reason, so I'm trying to figure it out through individual counseling. I only cheated on him that one time and immediately told him the next day because I couldn't bottle up my guilt and shame. He was shocked at first, but then went on to call me the most horrid names. I deserved it. I deserved it a lot more than that. I don't even know how it got to the point of me sleeping with my coworker. It started with innocent flirting, and before I knew it, I made the worst mistake of my life by sleeping with him. I wish I'd gotten hit by a car the day before sleeping with him. I cut off all contact with my coworker and gave up my phone to my husband. I wanted to reassure him that I was willing to make this work on his terms, whatever they were, as long as he would give me another chance. Even though in my heart I knew that I wanted another chance to prove myself, I told him that I would understand if he went through with a divorce. Anyways, I told my husband that I would do anything to regain his trust and express my sorrow and regret for having hurt him so much. My husband has always been the type of guy to give a person only one chance. Even in his friendships, if the trust had been broken, he wouldn't give the other person another chance. He said that he wanted a divorce, but then the whole quarantine thing happened and he stayed in the house for about 2 months and didn't proceed with the divorce. For the first month, he treated me very coldly, and the only time we talked was when it had to do with our daughters. I slept on the couch and tried to give him as much space as he needed, and only reminded him from time to time that if he ever wanted to work things out, I'd be more than willing to, and would be completely devoted to the process of him working things out. He even said some spiteful things during that month and distanced himself from me completely. During the second month, there was a change as he began talking to me again. We talked about the daily stuff and even watched movies together with the girls as a family. I felt like he wanted to try reconciling, and I was so happy. I was thrilled that there might be some chance to save my family, to save us. Eventually, through the next couple of days, I could sense us becoming friends all over again. He even invited me to sleep on the bed again. Oh, Jesus Christ. A betrayed spouse sent this story to me and told me that it was a proper atonement. Okay, so bear with me. Bear with me. A couple of weeks passed by, and we were getting along even better than ever. We were spending time as a family again and had gotten closer with each other as well. I felt really good about the way things were going, but I wish I'd suggested marriage counseling. I just didn't want to pressure him and have him think that I wanted to sweep this situation under the rug, or I was trying to influence him to not divorce me. One night we were drinking a bit, just talking in the bedroom, and I felt a genuine connection rebuilding. It felt like we were falling for each other all over again, and it made me so happy. This is the part I regret now. I decided to make a move on him and straddled him while we were laughing at a joke. We looked each other in the eyes so naturally. I began making out with him. It honestly felt like we were 20 all over again. He kissed me back as well, but after a while, he just started crying. He told me to stop and said that he couldn't. I felt so awful because I felt like he wanted to, but didn't at the same time. It broke my heart directly to see how badly my stupid decision had hurt him. I told him that I was sorry and we went to sleep. The reason I say I regret doing this is because I feel like this moment pushed him away forever. 2 days later, he informed me that he wanted to go through with the divorce. He said that he just doesn't think he could make it work even after trying for the last 2 months. I wanted to fight with him about it, but I just told him I understood. We had already decided before that if a divorce was to happen, it would be on fair terms. Sure, we'd both have lawyers and we'd agree on a lot of stuff together. He wanted to take a 2-week trip, but he would come back to pick up the girls after his trip. We both mutually agreed that he'd split the time with his girls after his trip. They would spend half of the week with him and the other half with me. I even helped him pack up his stuff, and we finished. I just bawled my eyes out, and we hugged it out. After his 2-week trip, he came back, and it felt good seeing him again, but I knew it wasn't the same. He just smiled, and we made small talk before he took the girls. We're both really good parents and want the best for our kids. Today, I got served divorce papers. It hurts so much to know that I lost my best friend because I was stupid. You were starved for attention, okay? Not stupid. Sometimes I roll over to his side of the bed in the morning and I hate how I don't feel his body there anymore. I miss his smell, his smile, his voice. I miss him filling up the entire room with his loud, adorable laughter. I miss him so much. The thing that hurts me the most is all of this is knowing how badly I hurt the person I love the most. I wish I could go back in time and undo what I did, but I can't. So now, here I am, writing about it on Reddit while crying when there's nothing that I can do about it. I wish I could let him see for himself what I genuinely feel in my heart about how sorry I am and about how I would be the most devoted wife ever if he just gave me another chance. To let him know how much I love him and that I literally would do anything for him. I fucked up the most perfect thing that ever happened to me. I wish I could get him back but I know that I lost.
Here we go again with the "he didn't give me enough attention" excuse. It's like they're reading from the same tired playbook.
Yeah, because obviously him working long hours to pay the bills, keep a roof over your head, and make sure you're taken care of doesn't count as attention, right? What a joke.
Right. She's acting like he was out there having fun while he was grinding to provide. It's not like most men would ever choose to spend more time at work over being with their woman. But hey, someone's got to keep the lights on.
Exactly, Samuel. But nah, she wanted something else. And it's never about what the guy did or didn't do. The truth is, she cheated because she wanted to. End of.
That's the part they never say out loud. Oh, he didn't give me enough attention, nah. It's just that she didn't love him, plain and simple. If she did, there's no way she'd be okay with running off and getting with some other dude.
Exactly. And let's be real, cheating is the one thing men can't forgive. No man with any standards is going to stick around after finding out his wife's been sleeping with someone else. That's a deal breaker.
And it's always funny how they try to make it sound like the cheating was somehow the guy's fault. Oh, he wasn't there for me? Yeah, because he was busy handling his responsibilities. They always spin it like that to avoid taking responsibility for their own actions.
Oh, but she confessed, so she must be honest, right? Nah, whenever they confess, there's always more to the story. I'd bet anything this wasn't her first time, and it wasn't just with that coworker either. It's just the tip of the iceberg.
Of course, man. There's always something they're not telling. She's probably been at it for a while, but now that the truth's coming out, she's just doing damage control.
Not today. It's time these guys wake up and stop falling for the BS. If she cheated, she's done. Period.
I smell something burning. I come out here, and she's waving a tortilla to try and blow the smoke out. Now she grabs a plate.
It's stronger.
What did you do?
I was trying to heat the tortilla.
You heated it?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's...
I don't know how I'm gonna get that up.
Cooking fails are back, ladies and gentlemen!
It didn't work. How was
And why are you wearing a mask?
Because it smells. And it was smoky.
So let me get this straight. You got a wife who can't cook, can't clean, but also doesn't look like a model. Yeah, that's a losing deal, bro. If your stomach's not full and your balls aren't empty, what's the point?
Exactly, Samuel. At that point, she's just another mouth to feed, and we all know what happens next. The guy's stuck doing all the work while she kicks back, waiting for a handout. It's crazy that this is what men in the so-called United Socialist States of America are dealing with now.
Man, back in the day, women at least tried. Even if she couldn't cook like a chef, she gave it her best shot. Nowadays, she'll burn your food and not even feel bad about it because she knows she's got the system behind her. The government's basically her backup plan, ready to rob the guy blind if he even thinks about walking away.
Yeah, because let's not forget, the moment he gets fed up and kicks her to the curb, bam, the courts swoop in, slap him with child support, alimony, and turn him into a slave for the next 18 years. Meanwhile, she's living her best life with half his paycheck.
The system's upside down, bro. And until men wake up and realize they're getting the short end of the stick, it's just gonna keep happening.
I'll read the text. My mom threw herself a birthday party and invited over 40 people. It's 5 p.m. No one showed up and it started at 400 p.m. I'm crying.
Man, have you ever noticed how modern women don't have real friends anymore? Like all they got are frenemies.
Oh, absolutely. You'll see them posting besties for life today, then tomorrow, boom, one's snatching the other's man. Frenemies. More like undercover assassins.
Right? But here's the kicker, they'll ditch the one guy who's actually in their corner for a hoe phase, or better yet, a divorce payday. You know, because self-discovery and empowerment, right?